So we're going to make us an authentic Mexican salsa molcajete, which, as you can surmise, the real star of this dish is partly the ingredients, but mostly the center is this little bowl and pestle here that's called a molcajete, which is a very traditional method of grinding and mixing that comes from the center of Mexico. This particular dish was one that we experienced when we were in Oaxaca at the famous Tierra del Sol restaurant, which is owned by Olga Cabrera. It's a very famous indigenous chef who is renowned for her use of local indigenous foods and simple fare. But I think everyone who's ever been to that restaurant, the one picture that you come back with is the picture from the molcajete salsa, which they make at tableside, and they have many options, and you get to select what you want in while your server mixes it for you. It's quite spectacular, and at the end of this, I'm gonna show you a picture of ours. So I'm gonna just get started with throwing this together and how the molcajete works. You can get the full recipe will be on our website at www.localspicery.com/blog. Scroll down, you'll find it. One of the most surprising things that we saw is the use of seeds. So I'm going to put some seeds in to start. First of all, they're the physically hardest object that we have to run through the molcajete. So this is some pepitas, which is pumpkin seeds. I'm going to put some toasted sesame. Now, I get my sesame pre-toasted. We have it at Local Spicery this way. You can toast it yourself. As you saw in our entree, that there was quite a bit of preparation that we did in terms of roasting in the air fryer. Really traditionally, and in fact at the restaurant, all of that roasting would have occurred on the comal, which is a large round grill. But I find that the air fryer works spectacularly, and it not only does a great job of roasting, but it roasts it in a way that it's more homogeneous, gets more of it cooked, and it's a little bit nicer. All right, so we've got the seeds in here. We're going to grind them up. You can see, I mean, you can put a lot of pressure on this. It's got a lot of strength. I'm just kind of chopping these seeds up until they make a meal here. That's about right. I'm going to now add the garlic. This is 2 or 3 cloves of garlic that have been we roast. We roast the garlic with the skin on, and then we peel it to have roasted garlic. And so the garlic I'm going to crush into a paste that's going to blend in here with these seeds. And the real magic behind the molcajete is what I'm getting right now is the aromatic hits that you get as you're pushing this through. All right, I've got some chilies here. Now these chilies that I'm going to add are, for the most part, very mild chilies, but big on flavor. I'm using the cascabel chili. I don't have a whole one here to show, but cascabel is about as close as you can get here in the United States to what's called a chihuacle, which is a chili you really can only get in Oaxaca. But this is so we use the cascabel, and I've got all this pre-milled. You can get it on our website pre-milled. It's got the guajillo. Guajillo is a large chili that has a very thick skin. The ancho, ancho and guajillo are really very typical chilies you'll find in Oaxacan fare. And then just for a little bit of heat and some smoke, I put a tiny bit of morita chipotle. So I'm going to add the chili, and this was supposed to end up being about a tablespoon. I guess it's about a tablespoon. Let's put the whole thing in. Okay, so we're going to add the chilies here. The molcajete into our paste. Okay, now it goes really fast. So what else do we have? I've got some roasted green chilies. This is a poblano, which I roasted in the air fryer as well. You can see when you do the poblano in the air fryer, it really holds together a lot better. It doesn't come to quite as high a temperature on the inside, so it holds together more as a chili. Okay, I'm going to try to get this down to something like a paste. For some heat, I have one serrano pepper, which I have destemmed and deseeded. It also was roasted in the air fryer. I'm going to throw that in now as well. These are just standard, your regular round tomatoes. But the key is you want your tomato to be absolutely as ripe as you can get it. Your sweetness is all coming from the tomato. And the other thing that's important is when you add the tomato, that you do them one at a time. That kind of allows you to break it up to get just the consistency that you want. Not quite there. And then I got one more here. Actually, I'm going to do this. I'm going to just dump that tomato juice in there. It's so good. Go. It's looking very good, beautiful. And then the last thing I'm going to add here, and I'm barely going to bruise it because this is onion. I sliced the onion, a little more than a 1/4 inch thick. I also roasted it, and then I cut it down to about a 1/4 inch dice. This I don't want it to be a paste. I really want the texture of the onion, and it's already quite soft. So I'm just going to kind of push it in here. Use the molcajete to get a little bit better consistency, but there it is.